Hey guys, welcome back to YKW2. We have our guest Ethan Hall.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going? How you been?
I've been great. Thanks for having me.
I've never met you before, but I asked like that for some reason. Gabby is running late because her Uber driver is a fucking idiot.
Well, we don't know yet. It could be her fault.
Well, yeah. Well, she is a woman. Now you're in trouble too. Just kidding.
When in Rome.
This was a very, like you said, tense episode earlier when he came in. Guys who watched it, we had Tim Dillion, Rich Voss, and Rebecca Rush. A lot of strong opinions about TV shows and other subjects. So we'll start off with the Bobby and Tim getting into it. Have you ever watched Tim Dillion on podcast before?
Yeah, here and there.
Okay, well, let's watch the clip real quick.
It's not true.
It was a mentally handicapped
That's not
person.
true.
They won awards for it, Bobby.
He's not mentally
The
Where is
writer
he?
of Ray Donovan is mentally handicapped.
You're out of your mind. Please don't type. Why would you type it in?
I isn't checking.
Listen.
They got after me like I'm checking this actual. Like, no, I'm trying to look up who actually wrote it so we can know who wrote it. I'm not a fucking moron. Tim.
This is his thing. This is what Tim does. He just fucking screams and yells at you, and you think it's the shit. He's an idiot.
I like him.
On your side.
I like him.
I don't.
Do you like? You don't
Ray
like?
Donovan writer. What was his name? Who's the writer? Bring him up.
No,
It's
Dan
what else he's
Bitterman.
done.
She's not retarded. I'm
You don't
joking.
like? You don't like?
No, I wanna-
Homeland is
Homeland,
great.
Homeland was great. Ray Donovan was great.
Bitterman.
And fucking and Billions is
Oh, like
fucking
just
great.
another one
Billions is
from
not great.
Showtime.
It's fucking great.
Compared to The Sopranos and The Wire, it's great. Are you crazy?
First of all, I wasn't comparing.
Bobby.
Where he'll put you in the middle to make himself right. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you're not saying this, so you must be saying this, even though you're not saying the other thing either.
Oh, no,
So,
yeah. He's got like debate club tactics that you wouldn't expect from somebody who comes from where he comes from and talks the way he talks.
Exactly. It's kind of that, like, you just gotta go, shut the fuck up, Tim, and that's the only thing that really works. Otherwise, he won't just stop talking until he's right.
Yeah.
So then what is
Compare them.
The Shield, The
Listen,
Sopranos, and The Wire.
I'm
are
not
the
going to
top
shout
shows.
the fuck over you. Just shut the fuck up, Tim.
Why are you so angry?
Because I'm trying to talk and you just keep yammering.
Okay, talk.
What the fuck? You know, quiet podcasts are the most popular ones. Let me have your popular podcast once. You fat fuck.
Hey! He's not from Long Island.
I can say fat fuck.
That is the best way to put it. He's very debate club. So yeah, Bobby had enough of that shit. What do you watch Ray Donovan?
No, I've never seen Ray Donovan.
I've never watched it either. It might be terrible. I don't think it was worth yelling about so much on either side. Hey, there's Gabby. Yeah, Tim was doing that thing where people like a show or don't like a show, so they try to use certain words to their advantage.
No, yeah, Tim's a contrarian in the best possible way for a comedian. But-
Exactly. It's great to listen to.
And also, it's like him and Bobby. It's just that's the kind of the perfect matchup for just nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan.
Another one is like I've never heard Tim laugh in quite that pitch where it sounds like audio feedback. You know what I mean? It sounds like a speaker went berserk.
Oh yeah, he's got that vocal fry laugh.
Yeah.
So he knew when he got cornered in there. It was pretty funny. But yeah, just because you say the word great doesn't mean that you mean it the same way. So
No, it's not like he's not talking about Roger Ebert's list of great films.
Exactly. Hey, Gabby. Here's Gabby.
I'm here. I'm here.
Finally, all of us are in one room at the same time. It's been like a month, I think.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, now Gabby's here, so people will keep watching.
Oh, I understand now.
Guys, look at my shirt. I bought it in Canada.
Oh, it's wolves.
It's a bunch of wolves.
So you're a Rush fan now.
I don't get it.
Well, they're Canadian, and it makes sense. Don't worry about it.
I'm kidding. I like Rush.
You know, the show is booked, and we
What's up? What I missed? What's going on?
we went over
Ethan's here.
Yeah, we went over the first clip of Tim getting mad. Gonna go over the thing where Rebecca, are you familiar with her? I never met her before.
So Gabby told me to watch the episode, and then I saw Rebecca's name, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. So apparently it's like an open mic thing here. You look at my face right there. So I was confused. Love those freeze frames. So
I know Tim's face is good too. He's like,
yeah, we didn't know that Tim and her had that history that we were about to find out
I didn't even
about.
know Rebecca was coming on until I watched the episode. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I didn't know till
Tim looks like
literally
Brando
5
in that
minutes
shot.
before the show started.
He looks like what?
He looks like Brando, doesn't he? Look like
Yeah.
So this
His
happened.
hair looked amazing.
few months. We're booked weeks ahead of time. So she's like, look, I haven't been on. I'm like, well, you know, this is what it is. And she goes, I hope it's not because of, what did you say?
Oh, I don't know if Tim remembers, but he told me I should quit comedy and made fun of me for trying to defend myself. But I was falsely accused of rape, and that wasn't fucking funny to me.
We did.
That was not funny to me. Like, and everybody is like, "Oh, she's not funny." No, I'm being falsely accused of rape. It's not funny.
All right, stop. You're coming out of the.
Thank you.
But we talked. I didn't.
Jesus.
First of all,
Wait a minute.
You said I should quit comedy.
Wait a minute. Stop.
I don't know that you do comedy. Number one. Number two.
Exactly.
I have no idea. Lou, you did a podcast with Luis Gomez.
Why would that be funny?
You consented to do a
funny?
podcast with Luis Gomez about the rape accusation. That was the way you chose to defend yourself, going on a podcast with somebody, with Luis, and then you said something funny that we made fun of. You said...
So I remember what it was after the fact. I remember listening to them make fun of this person on those podcasts. I had no idea it was the same person. So for people listening, like, yeah, she was someone who was accused of something.
She was accused of raping another girl.
Right.
Yeah.
So, here's my problem. We're not talking about that issue right now, but
Of raping girls?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Well,
I just woke up and I'm
issue,
feeling ready to talk about that.
Like, about the issue right here, like, what's going on right here. It's like, if you're on a podcast and you have a story to tell, like, tell the story. This is what was wrong with this situation right here. Just as a guest, just put it that way. A lot of times I hear people, especially if they're new to comedy or new to podcasts, they want to tell the thing that's in the inside, but they don't know how to get to it. So, like, right here, it just came out at the beginning and just yelled.
Yeah.
And so there's no lead up. Like, no one knows what the hell's going on right now when they're listening. We actually never like, introduced her until right there.
Really?
Because Bobby forgot to introduce people. But also, Tim kind of got into it with them, like, right away. So
Yeah.
But
Ethan, do you have any accusations you want to, like, clear the air for? Or that's honestly why we had you on. If you have accusations that we don't know of, I would like to know.
My goal for this conversation is to reveal 0 opinions and to have 0 of myself come out.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to know anything about me as the result of this conversation.
I love that very sexually. I love that.
Yeah, well, Gabby and I, we go way back. Way back.
Yeah, Ethan and I have known each other for a while, and I've been sexually harassing him for about 7 years.
This is true.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe you were setting me up there. Yeah, Gabby's been sexually harassing me for a lot of time.
So it's a pleasure to have him on.
I can show you texts.
Legally, we're not allowed in the same room, but, you know, I pulled some strings.
Yeah, well, I came voluntarily.
cool.
Cool.
Well, so yeah, this happened right here. Basically, just a lot of yelling about no one knows what the hell's going on. So she just said that to Tim. Didn't know setup. He's finally telling the world what happened.
So what did Tim say?
They basically listened to.
Well, she posted a thing like when those accusations first came out. She made like a
video blog thing,
like a defensive video saying I didn't do this.
Whatever. And it was hilarious if you listen to it. It's like, this is hilarious, and they just basically made fun of it watching it. And it was really funny listening to it.
Yeah.
Not, it's mean and it's hurting people's feelings, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what actually happened at the time. I didn't know. I don't know the other situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll get into why I'm not really talking about the other part later over the next clip. But
okay.
But my thing is, like, if you're gonna go on a podcast, just learn how to talk. Don't.
Yeah, and take hits. Especially on this podcast, everyone's punching you in the face with jokes, so you might as well just take a couple hits.
Yeah, everyone's talking over each other. Nobody really seemed to know what each other was talking about. Everyone's still mad about the Ray Donovan thing, apparently.
Well, she wasn't. I mean, she wasn't even taking hits. She came on, I guess, like with the purpose of sort of having an axe to grind with Tim because of him having made fun of her on this podcast months and months ago.
I don't think she knew she was going to be on there till she got here either. So,
I mean, well, once she was here, I mean, it wasn't like she was getting made fun of, and that's how we got in, or that's how they got into this.
Yeah, no one was really making fun of her except for Voss with his "Can I see your breast" line, which was just the most well-timed thing I've ever heard. So,
she got mad about that, didn't she?
Not really. She wanted you to fuck off, but I mean, she wasn't like mad. So she took that pretty well. But so the next thing, real quick.
I think you're saying that you think this was like just a neck, because you and I think before that you were kind of outing guys that had sexually assaulted you, right? Right. So what I think
Wait, how many times?
That's true.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
She was saying these people.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, no, 100%.
But you're talking physical or
Physical.
But you believe like they were.
Tim's sweatshirt is zipped up so high.
Oh yeah, all the way.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was basically.
It's just he has no pants on actually.
And that's kind of like she set herself up for that by not starting from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like now she kind of discredits herself and like, who knows what's going on. She at least seems like she's not. And I'm not judging. I don't know the situation at all. I've heard things from other people.
Nothing about it.
And on the show, we were very careful not to take a side because, like Bobby says at one point, it's like we might get a phone call from the other person on Monday. So
yeah.
So we don't know. I'm not accusing anybody just for legal reasons. So,
but there was this interesting idea that came up that Bobby was talking about. Well, what are you supposed to do with that when there's this accusation just out there in the ether and there's no name attached to it, which is like now a recurring thing in the last couple of years. We've started to have to deal with also specifically in the comedy community. I don't know what to do with that. That's a tough question.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I do think a lot of things she was worried about though, like my comedy career is over. It's like no, it really wasn't. I mean, when you're so low level, like, you don't really lose anything actually. And so
how many years in did that come out about her?
That was only like 2 years ago, right?
No,
it was last year.
No, it wasn't even that long ago. It was not even a year, maybe.
Yeah.
How long has Rebecca been doing comedy?
I
think she said 5 years in the episode.
But it was off and on because she stopped at one point. I mean, she said that she had other issues too. The thing that's not even the most interesting thing about what was going on with her, which is so weird. Like yeah, that was that accusation.
You have to have a pretty crazy life if a sexual harassment is just like a side comment.
Well,
you know what I mean?
She basically has a sugar daddy, and that story was actually way more interesting.
She does?
Yeah, that she went on the show.
Oh, right.
She talked about it on the show, where it's like, oh, he was Andy Warhol's buddy or whatever.
I missed that part.
Yeah, just like that's way more interesting than you may have or may not have fingered a girl without her consent. I'm not saying it's right or wrong,
but sugar daddies, that's important.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a more interesting story because
it was such a good story.
$600 an hour.
Yeah, that's what for every hour she spends with him, right?
Yeah.
She told that story. She made it sound so good that I went on seekingarrangements.com and made an account.
That's 1,200 bags of chips.
Yeah, I know.
I know a couple girls who are on that fucking website.
Hour. Yeah, really?
Yeah.
It must be way more common than anybody suspects.
It's so common, especially like starving theater kids that I went to college with. They're like, yeah, I'll do that.
I've met a lot of people doing comedy, not who aren't comedians who do that, but yeah.
But she sounds like she has like a platinum sugar daddy deal. Like he pays for her apartment, $600 an hour. Doesn't really have to do very much. He comes to her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like, don't worry. I mean, if you didn't do this,
Ethan, can I be your sugar daddy?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like if you didn't do this, don't worry about it. If you did do it, then you have other problems.
Little to nothing.
Okay, well, we'll talk.
Okay, I'll pay you in lattes. This is crazy.
So yeah, it was kind of a wacky episode.
Voss was very quiet the entire episode.
Yeah, he kept playing with the coasters and trying to make up things like my wife hit me, and he had it over his eye like that. So he was great.
And also, every time he talked, Bobby told him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you need to listen to Bobby. I mean, you need to listen to him. My daughter's living with someone who looks like. I'm sorry, you don't need to listen to him. So yeah, it was a crazy episode. Gabby wasn't here; she was in Canada.
I was in Canada.
So
just running around with a bunch of wolves.
And now they're on your shirt.
And now they're on my shirt.
You captured their spirits.
This is such a good shirt. I saw this. I was like, oh, I'm going to look good in that shirt. This is a glamorous shirt.
It's like a nicer version of that shirt Galifianakis wears in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah. The Hangover.
Yeah. There was like a couple shirts that just had one wolf on it. And I was like, no, I'll go 3.
Yeah, why would you just go one wolf?
I'll dive in.
What's the point of that?
And there's this Canada really small somewhere.
In case you know.
I don't know why this represents Canada, just a bunch of wolves.
These aren't lazy-ass American wolves. These are
fucking liberal Canadian wolves.
These are socialized healthcare, get their shit going on wolves. So
in Canada, I kept asking everyone, I was like, so how do you feel about Justin Trudeau? And then they'd start talking, and I was like, no, just about his ass. Do you guys talk about it a lot, or can we talk about it now?
He is a very beautiful man.
Yeah, bring him up.
Just bring him up. Like, he's not going to show.
Bring
right
him
here.
up.
He's not going to show
He's
right
just
now.
behind me.
Gotta put
He's
it
like-
up. Zach will put it up on the thing. Justin Trudeau. Hopefully he doesn't put up Gary Trudeau by accident. So
Who's Gary Trudeau?
he's the guy who did Doonesbury. So
The cartoonist.
yeah, very
Wow.
famous
A
political.
lot of things are
satirist.
flying over my head today.
That's
And
okay.
that's okay. And that's okay. What else? Do we have more clips?
Well, that was really the end of the show at that point. That was all three. You missed the first one. That's why it seems like
shit.
it went by so fast.
Yeah, I was late. Sorry.
And then we're
The
running
first
late.
one was Have You Seen Ray Donovan?
yeah,
okay.
basically. Well, yeah. What are your opinions on Showtime?
Oh, we didn't even talk about Billions, though.
Yeah, but the whole thing was like Ray Donovan and Billions are retarded, according to Tim.
Oh yeah.
So
I've never watched either of them though.
I don't have Showtime, so they might be terrible.
What else is on Showtime? Ray Donovan is what the fuck is his name? The actor.
Lee Shriver.
Lee Shriver.
Yeah,
He's cool. He looks
cool.
like a wolf man.
Didn't he play Sabretooth?
Yes,
So yeah,
Wow.
he is a wolf man, basically.
technically.
So
And Billions is fun. It films on my
Billions is
street.
Paul Giamatti and who's the other guy?
I don't know. I really focus on Paul.
I guess we're kind of answering the
Giamatti.
question right here. Maybe it's not good, maybe it is good, but nobody really seems to care.
Dan's
'Cause
on the
nobody
show today.
watches
He's
it.
on Billions.
Yeah, Dan's on there. That's the only reason I even know Billions exists is because
Yeah, same.
Dan's on there.
And they always block off my street, and I have to go around, and I'm not happy about it.
So yeah.
Team Tim, huh?
Team Tim.
I think the only two shows I could compare directly are I'm Dying Here. What's it called again?
I'm dying up here.
I'm Dying Up Here and Crashing, and I really prefer Crashing. So.
Dying Up Here is the one about the store, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the 70s. And
Yeah.
I just prefer Crashing. So as far as those two go,
What was the show that Voss played
Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce on?
I can't remember, but he made us watch that clip one time.
And it was so long.
And it was so long, and he was barely in it.
He was in it for 1 second, and then he was just in a montage. It was just a montage.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds of
bit
his
part
face.
is Lenny
People
Bruce.
swimming. Like, okay, so yeah, but yeah, the part you could see him in, he seemed really. He was
Yeah,
a good
his
actor
cute
for
little
that
hat.
part. Yeah, he was Atlas. He still
I know.
he wasn't Mexican yet. So
He became Mexican later in life.
yeah, he's slowly becoming a cholo. He's as Lewis put it, he's becoming a Mexican magician. So, and that is exactly what they look like if you've never seen one on the street. So
A Mexican magician?
yeah, they do like card tricks and shit. And
That's a thing
do things in their hat.
in
Yeah.
Texas
Just in the world, but
or
yeah.
in Mexico?
Oh no, I saw some in Mexico. Yeah, it was
Really?
like a duo that was doing magic and like gymnastics and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
sort of, just for a crowd of people on a street and then like passing a hat. It was actually
Magic
really good.
and gymnastics.
Yeah, it was like, sort of, I don't know, out of work circus people.
I love that.
They might have been brothers. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them like was a mute. I don't know. I shouldn't go into it.
One of
but-
them. Well, and one of them was a mute, but I don't want to talk about it.
Was he? Maybe he was shy. I don't know. I didn't get their life story.
Maybe he was
But
just so shy.
he could do flips like a motherfucker.
I tried to plug you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, Juan and Pedro.
Sorry, Juan.
That's the.
Sorry, Pedro.
I don't know why
Pedro
I had,
can't hear me,
I had
though.
trouble finding Hispanic names in my head to tell people.
You're the only
You
Mexican
seem like you
in the
came
room.
up with them real
He's
quick.
almost.
Are you?
But his name is Mike. That's not a crazy Mexican name.
But
Not
it's
a
Mike
crazy
Suarez.
Mexican
Yeah, the last name is pretty illegal.
name. It's not getting over that wall. I'll tell you that right now. I hope there's a gate.
Are you Mexican, Zach?
I'm part Mexican.
I thought you were Iranian.
No, that's
Everyone
that's
thinks
not a
he's
terrible
that.
guess.
Yeah.
It's always something on History Hyenas is just ISIS face. I'm
You
just
told me
from
you were
ISIS.
Middle Eastern, though.
Yeah, Palestinian. That's the
Oh, shit, I fucked up. Yeah.
Bobby talked about that on this episode, I think. Right?
yeah.
He brought it up.
He knocked out the audio, and while I was plugging it in again, he asked
He
me.
rattled him off.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it though. Maybe it's low.
No, it goes.
heard
He
it.
talks about it. Like I kicked it. You told him he kicked it out, and then
Yeah.
he had to get down under there.
It looks weird.
So
It does not
what
look
is your genetic makeup?
genetically. I am part Mexican.
Cute as shit.
Part yes, always.
Part cute.
Half
Part-
Mexican, half Gilmore Girl.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
talk
really
about
out of
Gilmore Girls,
context. Like,
please.
we can spend the whole next episode talking
Zach
about
and I
that.
text every single day about Gilmore
And,
Girls,
yeah.
and that's not an exaggeration.
It's,
I don't think we can get your opinion on TV shows.
Ethan
anymore.
just made a face.
You guys are-
You have no idea.
who me or Gabby.
I didn't care about the show, just the text every day part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show's been
We're
off the
in
air
love.
for 10 years. We're still going to talk about
It's
it.
not as good as Ray Donovan though.
I don't know. I've never seen either one.
That's not the one with Betty White, is it?
No, that's,
No, that's
all-
Golden Girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Love Golden Girls, too.
That intro music. That's probably top
It's
5
amazing.
intro. Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, look at Zach break it down.
Top 5.
I love
I
Zach.
get funky. I can get funky with it.
Okay, we do have to wrap up.
Oh.
We have one last question for you. Did y'all prep him on the question?
No.
Oh, great. Okay. It's fuck, marry, kill, open for. You have 4
Okay.
options.
Fuck.
Me. Bobby Kelly,
Okay.
Rich Voss, Keith Robinson, Colin Quinn.
Ooh.
I know.
I think I'd marry Craig, probably.
Craig?
Didn't you say Craig Robinson?
No, Keith Robinson.
Oh, Keith Robinson. I'm sorry.
I think I'd marry Craig. Craig, come in here.
No, I'm
Just
still.
a guy?
Yeah, no, I'll marry Keith.
Yeah, he can only play half a piano now.
Uh,
That was good.
this is tough.
Have we ever had a married Keith before?
I don't think so.
I think I might fuck Voss because I feel like he'd be grateful, and I don't know. I don't know. I want to hear what his pillow talk is like.
Sure.
Who are the other
That's
two?
rough.
Bobby and who was the fourth?
Colin
one?
Quinn.
Sure, do you want to
Quinn.
make me a sandwich?
I mean, I guess I have to kill Colin, but I don't want to.
You're
Yeah.
really handsome
Yeah.
without your glasses.
But I'd open for Bobby, yeah, because I think that would be. I don't know. No one here has ever seen my act, but like that would be a strange.
That would be
That'd be a weird matchup.
weird
Yeah.
matchup. It would.
Yeah.
It might work in a weird backwards way.
Yeah, it might work for him.
Yeah.
You want to ride my BMW?
Oh, Voss. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan, thank you for coming in on time when the train or the bad Uber driver. That's what happened, right? The Uber driver.
Yeah. I still can't take the train because I'm still recovering from a broken foot. I'm not a fucking princess.
Still.
Yeah.
Oof.
I know. I went to a witch doctor yesterday. We could get into that next episode. We don't really have time.
Yeah.
But just know that I went to a witch doctor.
Yep. And that our
Where
Uber
did you
driver was
find-
nonsense.
Where did you find a witch doctor?
Baby, I have a collection of witch doctors.
Is that why you went to
go
Canada?
Yeah. I went to a healer in Canada.
To a shaman.
Yeah.
He gave me a bad omen.
Well, she reenacted Thunderheart, and here she is. So,
What's Thunderheart?
it's a movie. With Val
It's
Kilmer.
really sad because you always make these great references, and I'm like, what is this?
a lot of Native Americans in it. So,
Oh, then I don't know.
she
I
went and
don't
had the
know.
heart-shaped herb. There, that a more current one.
No, I didn't hear you because you whispered.
Oh, had the heart-shaped herb.
Yes.
And there, yeah, now you are indestructible.
I love you.
So,
Okay, let's wrap up. Ethan, where can we find you?
My website is ethanhallcomedy.com. You can follow me Twitter or Instagram at Ethan Hates This.
Yeah. Ethan's hilarious. If you want to go see him, go see him. He's fucking great.
Thank
I'm
you, Gabby.
obsessed with him.
Thank you.
We interned together forever ago, and now we have a lifelong friendship, right?
You know it.
Oh, it's the first time he said yes to that. Okay, Mike, where can we
I'm
find
on
you?
camera.
I'll be at the San Antonio Improv in 2 weeks, or I guess the week after this comes out. And I will be at Laugh Out Loud next month with Big J. Okerson. I forgot what week.
Oh, no
So,
way.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
great show.
Opening though.
That's great.
And then in August, the last week of August, I'll be headlining the Downtown Club there for the week. So
Fuck yeah, that's great. You can find me on Instagram at Gabby is Brian. I have a show on the 19th on the Jersey Shore in Asbury Park. It's going to be fucking awesome. And then I host a monthly show at the Way Station. Ethan did it last month. Mike
Great
is doing
show.
it this month. It's so fun at the Way Station in Brooklyn. That's on the 30th.
Really cool room.
It's great. And then I'm at the Comedian Project on the 25th and Broadway Comedy Club on the 26th. But just follow me on Instagram. I post all of it there. And Katie Hannigan and I started a new podcast called Apodcalypse. It's out now. It's fucking hilarious. Listen to it. Subscribe, rate, review, send me nudes. That's it. Right?
yeah. Oh, also serial killer. You can go fuck yourself. And Hero yesterday. I hope you die in a tire fire because you had nothing to the fucking world. I hate
I saw
you.
these comments when I
I
watched the
completely
episode.
back that.
I so
Yeah,
wanted this to
completely
come
back
up.
that.
I love this new thing where we just tell
Yeah.
people to go fuck
Go
themselves.
fuck yourself.
Serial
fucking
killer.
nothing.
Go fuck
Jesus.
yourself.
The third guy knows
Go
what
back
he's
to your
talking about,
mom's
though.
basement. The third one, yeah, he wants us to just eat better. I get it, and that would be hilarious. So I am tough but fair. But
Tim just starts choking while on a rant.
Oh no. On a fucking churro.
go make yourself a hero and kill yourself.
Okay, follow us at you know what, dude.
Yeah.
Is that YKWD, dude? Fuck. Fuck, Mike. Do that part. I always fuck up that part.
YKW Dude Podcast on Instagram. You can follow Gabby at Gabby is Brian and me at Mike Feaswat is.
And we love you.
And by that I mean you'll do the first two, but not the third one because that never happens.
What? Follow Mike.
No, whatever.
Okay?
That's fine. Whatever. I don't need you, Hero Yesterday. I don't even care.
Follow
Or
me.
serial killer.
I like just cereal. How'd they get that name? You'd think that would be used.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it's a
cat.
That's dedication to
Yeah.
grab that. That's
a cat with
Maybe it's not
panties
his
on
username.
his face, so-
Maybe it's his Google Plus first and last name.
Yeah.
Right when YouTube came out, they were like, "Oh, serial killer." Oh, I got it.
I have
Oh, I
to have
got
that
it.
one.
Okay,
keeps it
guys,
simple though. This is
we
crap.
gotta go.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We gotta go. Bye.